the Dadblade. Yeah. We call him this one War and Peace because it uses the War Maiden and it uses the Peace and Serenity in here. I like this one. I like this one. So yeah, so welcome on in, everybody. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm doing this live on our Twitch channel because I want to give you a little heads up because there are going to be some great changes update 39, and it's going to make our Dadblade, which has taken me forever to figure out a version of Dadblade, in there. Yeah, marker. Good. All right, so let's load it up in here. Let me show you what I got. All right, so what we're looking at with these, all right, because the Nightblade's always been a thing. I mained a Nightblade for 4.5 years. It was my main thing. I loved it, everything, and then I changed off of it when I had better luck with a DK, when the DK was being really, really great almost 2 years ago now. And it was in its heyday, and I got my Godslayer with it and everything like that, and so I found it much easier. And then I just made another Dad build with the Arcanist, and that felt really easy to make a Dad build out of. But I just couldn't do it with my Nightblade and have it have any substantial damage in there. So this is kind of a big deal for me. So I will make a full one that we'll have in the description, all the setup and everything. But I'm just going to kind of go over it quickly because just in case there's changes to update 39, which is still a couple of weeks away, I didn't want to make a full-on build and then have to recant anything if something was wrong with it. So what I'm using in this setup for the fun setup, all right, is that I'm doing our standard Slime Craw with our Oaken Soul. That's, our setup. And then there's 2 sets that we're using. The first set is one that you might be familiar with, is War Maiden. War Maiden comes right out of Ardenfell. It's Overland set, very easy to get in there, and I love it because basically what I decided to do with the Magblade, raw power. Raw power. When this is all up and said and done, when you're going solo, you're doing 5k spell damage. If you get the major, I think it's the major brutality or minor brutality, off of the parse dummy or in a group in a trial, it goes up to 6,000. It hits like a truck. I took it through VMA. I 1 or 2 shot all enemies. It does some damage. So that's why I'm going. We're just going raw damage on it, especially with our Execute, which we know is like the best Execute in the game. That thing just slices and dices and does everything. All right? So, hi, community. How you doing? I'm making a little YouTube video, so come on in. So, I'm showing people the Dadblade. So, love it. War Maiden, very good. Gives everything that we want. A little bit of crit, a little bit of magicka, a little bit of spell damage, and gives us our 600 when you use magic damage abilities. All our abilities are magic damage. So yeah, so we don't have to worry about that. Love it. The other one is the Peace and Serenity set. No. I know. Dad builds, I try to stay away from trials. But this is kind of what got me into kind of doing this. Now, you do not need it to be perfected. You can do it, go through a trial on normal, and you do not have to use the set. This set is just kind of what inspired me to start looking at the Dadblade again. What this set is kind of fun. It's Peace and Serenity is the name of the set. It comes out of the new trial, Sanity's Edge. All right, and it gives you your standard stuff, some crit damage, some of your trials and arena monster 5%. It gives you some spell damage, some more spell damage if you have the perfected. And then here's the thing. While you are standing still, you gain 485 weapon or spell damage, While you are moving, you gain 203 health, magicka, and stamina recovery. And that's what the things around your arms are. I love it. I love the effect. And you can tell where it's going. So I'll be running around and they're kind of gone. And then when I stop, you get that little flash and all this magicka, like this swirling energy, kind of comes with it. Yeah, so it's a really kind of a neat little effect. I really love it in there. So yeah. Now you might be thinking, oh, I'm always going to be shooting on the run and everything like that. Yeah. Well, you'll get resources back. But then when you stop and you're just like, you're starting to hammer things home, if you're like on a, let me show you, if you're like on a dummy out here, when I'm going after something and I've got everything rocking, I'm like, boom, I'm stopped right now. And now I'm just going to hit him hard. All right? Love it. So, I love that I can shut that off. Boom. Yeah. Now, since it says it's Peace and Serenity and the War Maiden build, I call this build War and Peace, after the, stuff. So I'm just like, yeah. And use whatever you got. Use whatever you got. I didn't have the Peace and Serenity Inferno staff, so I put War Maiden there. I happened to get very, very lucky on two of my runs, and I got the ring and the amulet in there of the Serenity. So I put those there because we know how expensive gold, jewelry is. So I put that there, along with my Oaken Soul. So that's what's there. So it really doesn't matter at all. Yeah, War and Peace, like Tolstoy. Exactly. Yeah. So I'm like, War and Peace. Yeah. So yeah. So that's why we have that kind of setup in there. All right. Now, here's a couple of other things of what's going on. All right. Yeah. See. So 49.25. That's without the buff. Let me give you skills and how skills are going to change with the update. All right. So, skills are Twisting Path. All right. That's going to lay down our dot. All right. Swallow Soul, that is going to be our heal, and it's also going to be a damage dealer for us. All right. And then Impale, the Execute, which if you don't know this, does like a ton. Deals 330% more damage if the enemy's under 25%. You get them down to 25%, this thing's hitting hard. So these are your three. And you might be thinking, Maty. In there. Oh, thank you, chat. I want to give you some sets that are that you could use while you're trying to get the Serenity set, or just in place of it. Thank you. Don't let me forget. So those are your three main ones. You might be thinking, well, what about the bow proc, the Merciless Resolve? Well, with update 39, we will no longer have to press this to get our spell damage boost. Because right now, if you look, I got 4925. All right? When I click it, boom, that should go up. Dun 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 dun. Is it when I just hit somebody? Oh, it's because I don't have it all the way up. Hold on. There we go. There it is. So now it's up to my 5 over my 5. All right? What's going to happen is that you don't need to activate it anymore. It will automatically activate it if it's on your front bar or back bar. With Oaken Soul, because it's a 1-bar build, you have to have it on the front bar for it to work. So yeah, so like, see how it's kind of winding down right now? All right. Boom. That's going to still, if you see these dots, let me know that it's still activated. All right. So yeah, so like right now I just lost it again. So there's the thing. Oh, and then it goes back up. Yeah. So yeah, so we're not going to have to worry about that anymore. So that means we don't have to play that mini game of activate, build it up, use it, activate, build it up, use it. It's always with all your light attacks and all your heavy attacks you're going to be doing. And then to make it even easier, I just gave us some more Magicka by putting Inner Light on. Yeah, so both of these are going to be passives. We're never going to have to use them. So you only have to worry about 3 buttons. And an ultimate. I still have to level this one up all the way. The Veil of Blades. I love this one. This is kind of like our poop button. As soon as we hit it, all right, we gain major protection, reducing the damage taken by 10%. Love it. Then allies can use it within here, so like that. But the other big thing is that it does damage. It does, what's it, 6990 magic damage every 1 second for 15 seconds. Carry the 2 and the. That's over 100k damage. That's over 100k damage. So if you get surrounded because you're not moving, you get surrounded. Everybody's coming for you. Everybody's doing the thing. You hit it. Boom. Oh, wrong button. Boom. Everybody gets in here. Boom, 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 boom. You're protected. You're doing tons of damage. Everybody goes, dead. Love it. It's such a great... Now, it stays where you put it for that amount of time. Yeah. So that's one of the things you got to watch out. You got to be purposeful where you put it. All right. So, yeah. Now, you might also be thinking... Are you like dead? Okay. It's like he was down on the ground for a while. You might be thinking, hey, I'm going through my Magicka really quick by doing our Swallow Soul and stuff. You guys can't see it until I get it all the way down. Let's see, because it's behind my picture right now with the Magicka. Hold on. Can I get it down? Hey, Portal! Thank you so much. There it is. It's gone down.
Is a returning jazz cat
right there.
And has subbed for 49 months. What does a Khajiit bard drops when you him? Loots. Did you hear about the bard that joined the army? He was a lieutenant.
A lieutenant!
Okay,
oh, I love it.
Enough bard's jokes for now. Unless, of course, the bard looks into a mirror.
Aw, thanks for that, Portal. Welcome back to the Jazzcast. 49 months. Thank you so much, my friend. All right. So you're all the way down here, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm out. I can't do any of my stuff anymore. Remember, this is an Oaken Soul build. Our heavy attacks, boom, do a ton of damage. Look at this. This is even just on the little guy. 23k. 23. And it's going to crit a lot. Yeah, you know why it's going to crit a lot? Look at this. 60%. 60.2. Can't forget the 0.2. 60% spell crit. Absolutely amazing. So you're going to hit like a truck. It's going to crit like crazy on top of that. You're going to have a huge resource of everything. Your health ain't that bad either. And to get back any of that resources, if you're down, you're going to be able to run around. Let's see, how fast does that go when I'm doing this? So I'm going here. And then I just start running around. Boom, look at that go up. Boom, look at that go up. Just running around, and it's all back. Love it. Yeah. And 3 buttons. Plus you've got that ability there of doing your heavy attacks that are going to do monster damage because of the ring. So, heavy attack, fire damage. Oh, and this is another thing for update 39. I'm so excited. Update 39, remember, our Inferno staffs are going to change. Inferno staffs are going to give us status effects, which for us is going to be the burning. And it's going to give us damage over time. Damage over time, Twisting Path. Damage over time for our Veil of Blades. If you don't know what I'm talking about, in the Destruction staffs, they're all going to change under Ancient Knowledge. Equipping an Inferno staff right now gives single target abilities by 10%. All right? Hi, HG. Hello, everybody. Yeah, we're making my little YouTube video. So I need to switch to Magicka and get another Oaken Soul. Yes. Yeah. Lightning Staff increases your damage to the area effects. That's going to change. That's going to be direct damage and channeling. And I don't think the Ice Staff is changing at all. So having an Inferno Staff is going to help with our damage over time. So you're going to have a really strong damage over time in our Twisted Path. Because it's a fast dot, it's a 12-second dot, which means it does a lot more damage than those 20 to 24 second dots that are out there. So you're going to be laying that down, doing a lot of damage. Look at that. All that damage is going to crit, too. 29, 29, 29, 29. Because our crit is so high. Look at that. So we lay that down. We're going to have our automatic from our bow proc. Let me get some food back on. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so we have all that going on in there. Boom. We're going to have an option for a heavy attack build if we want it in there. Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. All right. Food that you're using, I just use the, I really like our longfin pasta with melon because our resource, we don't have to worry about our resources gaining our magicka back because we've got that heavy attack thing. So this increases our health, magicka, and stamina. So we got bigger health, bigger pools of that in there. I'm just using the tripods for our potions in there. And, yeah. Now, people have mentioned in chat there, what if you don't have the Serenity, which a lot of people aren't going to have at first and everything. You've got so much variety at your fingertips. All right? You could use anything in here. Probably one of the easiest ones would be Order's Wrath. Pick up an Order's Wrath. It's a craftable set. You can make it. Have somebody else make it for you and stuff. You can do that. And I've got everything in light armor. I kind of like that for all the extra penetration. But you could make it in medium. You could do whatever. Order's Wrath is probably the easiest and most effective one in there. Then, if you've got something from something else that you want to use, like Pillar of Nirn, if you've got that, which gives you that little volcano that does some fire damage over, actually, no, it doesn't do fire. That does direct. We found that out with my DK. But anything like that you have would work. Yeah. All right. So, we've got that. We've got that. Yeah, Order's Wrath is a really good set. So I would say put that on Order's Wrath. All right. You could call it War and Wrath. War and Order. Wait. War and Order. You could call it War and Order. Yeah. You could do that until you got the Serenity set going in there. All right. So bump, 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 bump. We talked about the food. We talked about the skills. We talked about how they're changing in Update 39. Like I said, that's why I'm doing kind of an impromptu build for this one. Build video. We'll have more in there. Mundus is still the thief. Attributes, thank you, are all of the magicka. Everything's in the magicka. And then the CP, the one you're probably most concerned about, I've got Wrathful Strikes, Fighting Finesse, which we do go over it when we're in a big group for a trial. But for a lot of this stuff, you're going to be by yourself, so you'll need that Fighting Finesse to give you that extra crit damage. And then Thaumaturge and Master of Arms. All right? Thaumaturge and Master. Now, there's two things that affect the our AoE damage over time and also our single target direct damage. So, you could have Thaumaturge and Biting Aura. That would buff both of our Twisting Path. Or you could take Master of Arms and Deadly. That would make you stronger at single target. What I did is I did one of each. Thaumaturge and Master of Arms. But you do have that option if you want to go with the other ones. If you want to have more with your single target damage, throw on Deadly Aim. That'll pair well. If you want to go with having that Twisting Path, get buffed a little bit, you could put on the Biting Aura into that too. So, yeah. There we go. All right. I think that's pretty much it. And like I said, I'll come out with a more detailed one later. But like I said, having a lot of fun with this. The destroyed VMA run. It was, like I said, it was like 1 to 2 shots for every enemy in there. I've done a bunch of overland stuff with this. We did one of my my thing to see if we could do overland is to kill that Guar and Deshawn. When we do our Guar and Deshawn and everything, because it interrupts everybody knows that Guar, so like that. Took out the Guar real easily. And like I said, very fun. You only have to worry about those 3 buttons, especially when you get to Update 39. We're just going to get stronger. It's just going to be easier. You're not going to have to click that number 4 button. So all you're going to have to worry about is laying that down, light attack. When it gets down to all the way down to execute range, you'll start hitting your number 3, which is our big heavy execute. So there you go. All right, everybody. So like I said, as soon as 39 comes out, I'll have a much more detailed, and I'll have it in the description below for you guys to check out. But I'm excited about this. For people who know me, I've been really trying to find a dad build setup for my Nightblade, for Magicka Nightblade, because there's a lot of good ones for stamina ones out there, but I'm kind of a Magicka guy. I like all that stuff, so I wanted to find something, you know, within that. And like I said, it also kind of looks cool with the effect with the Serenity stuff. So I'm sure I'll be talking to more of you about it and how to set this up, and if there's any changes to what I'm thinking is going to come out in the next couple weeks. So thank you, everybody, for watching the video. Please do all the things, the likes and subscribes, and leave a comment below if this is something that interests you in there. The comments really help with all the metrics for YouTube and stuff. So I really, really, really appreciate it. So thank you, everybody. See you in the next video. Bye.